This is Peter Jordan with Sunrise Marine of Alabama and also on the Lost Angler channel here on YouTube. And what we're going to look at today is the Minn Kota Terrova. Now the Minn Kota Terrova is an iPilot system. She's also a Riptide, so she's made for salt water. This one is a 24-volt system. It's an 80-pound thrust, 60-inch shaft. We use these a lot on our 226 Caymans. That's the mid-sized bay boat from Robalo. We work on a whole bunch of other applications, and we'll kind of get down to the nitty-gritty of it later on. But what we're going to look at right now is the basic uses and how to use your Minn Kota iPilot. So, starting from the top, first thing we're going to do is deploy the iPilot. To do that, we're going to come right here and depress the foot pedal and push forward. Next, we're going to hit the power button. It's going to beep 3 times to let you know it's on. Then we're going to turn on our remote. Our remote, Hunter, can you see this? We're going to press the check mark button, and it's going to tell us it's on. We're going to press OK, and then we're going to go from here. Okay. Now, to make our trolling motor work, we're going to press the prop button. This actuates the motor, and then we're going to press up, positive or negative, right here. Obviously, more power, less power, and our directional keys are right here. Okay. We like the iPilot for a number of reasons. One is, once you get used to it, it's a lot less work. I like to say that the iPilot is like having a friend of yours on the boat who actually cares if you get to fish. We've all had to be the trolling motor guy from time to time. And if you've got small kids or you've got a family, the ability to let the trolling motor do all the work makes a huge difference. Everybody knows that the iPilot can do an anchor setting, but we're going to do a couple other things that are pretty neat. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to do a heading. So let's say I want to run parallel to this bank. And by the way, guys, we're here at Five Rivers Delta Resource Center. Cool. So if you guys ever have a chance, y'all stop by and come take a look. What we're going to do is I want to run parallel to this bank. So I want to maintain this heading. To do that, Hunter, come take a look at this. I'm going to press my north key, my N key right there. I'm going to press it, and it's going to hold that bearing. Now, if I want to adjust my bearing, I can, and it's going to maintain it. It's going to stay at that speed, 4.5, and we're going to be holding that bearing. So if a big wind comes up or a current comes off, it's going to, it's going to correct itself. It may come off a little bit, but it'll go back to that original bearing. Now, I'm hands-free. If I wanted to, I could be fishing right now. I could be helping my kids. I could be, doing any number of things. I'm hands-free. I can walk around the boat. It doesn't matter where I'm at in the boat. It's going to take care of itself. Okay? Now, let's say I want to maintain a particular speed. This is great if we're dock fishing. Let's say we're on Ono Island or Dolphin Island or, somewhere like that, and we're fishing speckled trout at night. Or if you're bass fishing, this is great too if we're working a weed line edge. I want to go down this bank, and I am currently going 1.4 miles per hour, and you can see your speed, your GPS speed right here, okay? And I want to maintain this speed. This is a comfortable speed for me to say, flip a spinnerbait, flip a jig, whatever I want to do. I'm going to press this button right here. Hunter, can you see that? It looks like a little speedo button, okay? And I'm going to maintain 1.5 miles an hour. So I'm going to maintain my bearing and my speed, okay? So that's one really great use of the iPilot. You can also find this feature on the co-pilot, although we don't ever actually order that, to be honest. Now, we're going down this line, and let's say that this spot right here is the world's best fishing spot, and we want to stop and fish. Well, you got 2 options. You can drop a shallow water anchor system like a Talon or a power pole, or you can throw an anchor out, or you can sit here and continue to work this iPilot. What we're going to do instead is we're going to press the anchor button. It's right here in the center. Can you see that, Hunt? And that is going to maintain the spot. So this is now the world's greatest spot. So let's watch what the trolling motor does. Now it's going to go back to the location we hit that anchor point on, okay? Will it keep you straight in the rough line you're in? It does pretty well, but what it's going to try to do is it's going to maintain the least amount of effort. So if you're in a heavy current or you're in a heavy wind, it's going to go where it's the least amount of work, so it saves your batteries, okay? So this works out really, really well. So right now, we're fishing, we're good to go. At this point, I can walk around the boat, I can do anything I want. I can pick up a fly rod, I can go get a cold drink, I can eat a sandwich if I want to, or more importantly for me, I can help my kids fish now. So that's what the anchor key does. Now, next, we're going to go back to what we were doing. So we fished this spot. It was the world's greatest spot, but now we got to go back to what we were doing. So I'm going to press the anchor button again, and then from here it's going to go to a neutral setting. It's on 5 in the power, and from here, if I want to maintain that bearing again, I'll reset it again. Okay. Now, in your Minn Kota quick reference guide that comes with your Minn Kota trolling motor, you can go through and see how to return to a loop. You can set a track. There's all kinds of great stuff you can do in here. By and large, though, I would say this is essentially 90% of what you're going to be doing. It's just having a bearing, holding a speed, anchoring off a spot, and there's other things you can do. I can, for example, set an anchor point here, and then I can set another anchor point over there somewhere. So if I want to, I can hop from anchor point to anchor point to anchor point to anchor point, whatever I want to do. This is really good if we're fishing by a rig. I'll put an anchor point by the rig I'm fishing, and I'll put another anchor point 100 feet away. This way, if I hook up to a big fish near the rig, I can let the boat help me fight that fish away from it. These are all great things you can do. For us, we set up all of our stuff the way Robalo specifies that we do. We use the Robalo mounting plate. We use the correct Minn Kota quick connect bracket. Our battery chargers are all Minn Kota. We use interstate batteries, all of the best stuff and the best equipment for our customers. So in just a second, we're going to show you how we set it up. Okay guys, so what we're going to look at in here is this is the inside of the forward entry head on the Robalo 226 Cayman. This is a really nice setup. In here we have our trolling motor batteries. They're underneath here, they're out of the way, they don't take up your head space, which is really nice. So if you still need to use the porta potty, or you need to do any number of other things, like just use it for storage, you're not putting your stuff on top of your batteries. Also, a thing we did for this customer is we used an MK440 PC battery charger. This is a Minn Kota trolling motor battery charger. And what it does is it charges the cranking battery, the accessory battery, and both trolling motor batteries at the exact same time. So when you plug it in, you've only got one plug, everything's done. That's a lot more convenient for our customers. Another thing we did, this guy likes to fish hard. It's a family affair. They're going to have a great day, and they may fish the rigs in the morning and come in and fish the delta in the evening. So they're going to be putting some miles on the motor, if you will. What we did for this one is we put an MK2 DC. What this is the new alternator. It's not really an alternator. What it does is once your cranking and accessory batteries are charged from running your Yamaha, it takes that power, bleeds it over to your trolling motor batteries, and it's going to charge it at 10 amps. So really nice setup. So you keep your trolling motor batteries hot if you're going from point A to point B tournament fishing, or if you're going from rig to rig to rig, or you're snapper fishing that day and you start to lose a little bit of power, crank your motor up. It's going to continue to start charging your batteries for your trolling motor. It's a nice thing to do for our customers, and we can set it up however you want to. Everything's really customizable about what we do, and we try to put together the best systems. Okay guys, now that we're done with our trolling motor, we're going to pick it up, we're going to get ready to run. Here's what we're going to do. It's still on anchor from where we were talking about a few things in the boat. I'm going to press the anchor key again. It's done. I'm going to turn off my remote. By doing that, I'm going to hold down my check mark. It's going to shut down. Done. Now, I'm going to turn off right here. Hunter, come take a look at this. So in order to do that, we got a power button, and we're just going to turn it off. And by the way, you have a battery tester here for your trolling motor batteries while you're running. Turn it off. Done. Now, to get our trolling motor back in, the Terrova has lift assist, so it's really easy to do. And it's based off this counterweight. So, I'm going to put my foot down right here. Okay, you see how that lifted up our bridle? No problem. I'm going to grab it by the head of the trolling motor right here. I'm going to pull up. Now, once I get to this point, the best thing you can do is you don't want to bend yourself way over, especially if you're in a choppy situation. Just hold on to the head, walk back slowly. Once I'm at this point, grab it by the throat, bring it in. If this doesn't lift up and click, you're not locked in, and the trolling motor could potentially deploy. So a little quick check at the end makes your day a lot safer on the water. So we appreciate you guys watching our Minn Kota setup on our Caymans. We do it on the 206, the 246, the 226, and we set it up with you know, exactly what you need for your boat. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the water.